SSDI, here's how long it takes to get your checks. Social Security Disability. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. All right, now in this video, we're specifically focusing on SSDI, Social Security Disability, not to be mistaken with SSI, Supplemental Security Income, which both of these programs are administered by the Social Security Administration, and they are very similar, but we're only talking about SSDI right here in this video. Now, I do want to talk about the details of a new report that was released focused on SSDI benefits and how long it is taking right now for these millions of beneficiaries to get their ongoing monthly checks. Not only that, it does answer some questions that I've seen down below in the comment section from some of you right here in the community. Let's get into it and talk through all the details. Really fast before we do, thanks so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe right down below the video. It's totally free to do so, and I'm here for you right by your side every single day, watching the latest details hitting the wire, doing the research and breaking it all down so you can stay posted on what is actually going on and how it's going to impact you, your money, your benefits, your lifestyle, your bank account, and of course anything popping up right now you can possibly grab and or take advantage of. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and let's get into it and talk about this new report talking about SSDI benefits, how long it is taking right now, especially what has been going on here over the last few years, and how this process is delayed significantly as a result of the madness that's been going on over the last 3 to 3.5, almost 4 years now, since basically early 2020. All right, so there's a lot of very interesting information here in this report that I do want to bring to your attention. Now, again, we know this much as well. SSDI beneficiaries, virtually any fixed income beneficiary, needs these monthly ongoing payments, and a lot of people are waiting around, barely making it and scraping by on a monthly basis, waiting and waiting for checks to arrive, right? So pretty scary stuff what's going on out there right now, and it is getting more difficult because rapidly rising inflation and prices and all kinds of stuff like that. We know the last couple of years here have been absolutely brutal for the low income and fixed income beneficiaries. However, this report was released, and I want to break down the numbers for you. Now, this is a glimpse over the last, call it 3.5 years or so, because it gives us perspective on this thing, okay? Now, this is actually pretty interesting, and I want to break down these numbers for you. All right, so couple set of numbers here that I want to give you first off is back in 2019. Now, again, I get it. This was quite a few years ago, okay? Now, obviously, as I'm recording this video in 2023, I want to go back to 2019 for just a second, and then we'll talk about some more recent times here. But this all puts it into perspective, and it gives us a better glimpse into what has been going on here and the projections going forward into the future as well, okay? All right, so get this. Back in 2019, so pre-COVID, obviously, right? That whole thing started in about early 2020, but pre-COVID, back in 2019, they had basically pending SSDI applications at that time. They had about 380,000 of them pending at the time, okay? So that seems like a big number. 380,000 of them, and the average time it took for them to approve an SSDI case was about 120 days, okay? So what is that, 4 months or so? It took them to approve an SSDI beneficiary and these benefits for, people that need them, okay? So very important stuff there. Now, again, this is not taking into consideration the 5-month waiting period. In fact, I have some recent videos here out that I've released talking about the 5-month waiting period, explaining all that. This is not in reference to that, but this is just basically the time it takes them to look through the application, to make a determination, and then send out that award letter for the SSDI beneficiary. Again, 120 days on average back in 2019, and they had 380,000 pending SSDI benefit cases, okay? All right, now let's fast forward to the end of last year, 2022. Get this. That number, as in, well, both numbers, I should say, both numbers have ballooned significantly from basically the 380,000 pending SSDI applications that they had in 2019 has gone all the way up to just under 975,000 pending SSDI applications at the end of last year. Nearly 1 million applications are pending for SSDI beneficiaries. Not only that, the average wait time, get this, went from 120 days in 2019 to 206 days on average at the end of 2022. That's on average, okay? Now, that could mean that some people get approval in, say, 3 months, and other people are waiting a year or longer, right? 206 days is however long that is, 6.5 months or something like that. Yeah, almost 7 months roughly give or take a little bit on average. That's a long time to be waiting. If somebody has become disabled or, is not able to work at the capacity that they once did or at all because of a disability that has, unfortunately risen in their situation, now they're sitting with a waiting period of, say, you call it 7 months on average about, okay? That's a very long time to be waiting with very limited income or like no income and relying on savings or friends and family or floating balances on credit cards, things like this. This is a major, major discrepancy. Now, in this report as well, they're also pointing out this is going to take years to get through the system and to actually work all of this backlog through simply because, it all backed up here over the last couple of years, and it's going to take years to get all of these applications through and then kind of bring these averages back down to what it was pre-COVID back in, say, 2019 or so, right? It's going to take a long time. And this was at the end of 2022, so we're only talking not even a year ago as I record this video in the third quarter of 2023 right now, okay? So madness, right? That is craziness right there. So we all know it can take a very long time. In fact, as I said at the beginning of this video, I've had a number of people reach out. Now, again, I don't get this question all the time, but I do get this question on a regular basis down below in the comment section from some people reaching out asking, how long is it going to take for me to get my SSDI benefits? I submitted an application. When am I going to get my checks? Well, good question. As of right now, and according to these statistics here, looks like the average is about 7 months. Now again, remember, that's the average. Some people could get approval in 3 or 4 months. Some people could get approval in a year. I've seen cases before where some people are waiting up to a couple of years in order to get benefits. That's a very long time. And then remember this much as well. A very small percentage of people that actually apply for SSDI benefits are actually getting approved first time around. Most people have to reapply and appeal and things like this, right? File appeals and say, hey, no, you didn't look at my application fully. I'm going to file this appeal here, right? So there's a lot of processes here that this goes through, and it can be very long and drawn out. Now, here's the thing. If you've already gotten an award letter and if you've already started receiving SSDI benefits, you know exactly what I'm talking about. How long did you wait, right? I remember the process. It very long, right? Very long and drawn out, a lot of back and forth letters. And it takes forever to send all this stuff through, right? You get some paperwork to fill out, you send it back, and it's like months later by the time you hear anything like, oh, we got your letters. Really? I sent that like 4 months ago. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? It's a very long process, okay? So anyway, this is what the report is now talking about, and this is what they're suggesting as far as wait times for SSDI beneficiaries. And again, I want to reiterate, this is just SSDI. This is not retirement benefits. This is not SSI, okay? Two totally different things that we're talking about here, okay? There's a lot of differences here when it comes down to retirement benefits, SSI benefits, spousal benefits, survivor's benefits, SSI benefits. They're all very different, and wait times for all of them are also very different. You know what I mean? Anyway, want to bring this to your attention. I found this to be very interesting, and again, something we've got to pay attention to because this shows that, it's a very long time to wait and not necessarily on the ball here when it comes down to Social Security processing these applications very fast, right? So anyway, hope this one helps you. It's kind of like, well, I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it anyway because it's kind of funny, right? It's like going to the DMV. Have you ever gone to the DMV to get your license renewed or something like that? You sit around in line for like half of a day, and then you finally get called up and you stand there for another hour waiting for them to process like a simple paperwork or something. You know what I mean? Like I said, I probably shouldn't say that, but seriously, let's be real for a second. Super slow. Anyway, my point is that it's kind of like that, right? So anyway, hope this one helps you out to better understand what's going on here. And again, if this is your situation, if you're an SSDI beneficiary, just get ready. I mean, if you are waiting for your benefits to be approved or doing something like that, again, just get ready because this is going to be a long, drawn-out thing here. Hopefully you get approval quickly, but that is not guaranteed at all for a lot of people. So it's not guaranteed for anybody. I'm just simply saying it's probably going to take a while. Either way, I'm here for you in any way that I can be. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, enjoy your day. Have a good one, and take care, I guess. Whatever else, have a nice day, and I'll catch you again later in the next video.